What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Freed channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and in today's video I'm going to be talking a little bit about money management and how important money management is when you are a Class A CDL truck driver, how important it is to have a plan for your finances. And the reason I'm making this video is because when it comes to personal finance and things like that, that is really my passion, honestly. I like to talk about that, and the further I go in the trucking industry and the more I progress, the more and more I'm going to talk about the actual how to handle your money, how to invest your money, how to be wise with your money, and how to make your time out here over the road actually worth it. Because I firmly believe it doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't know how to keep the money and protect the money and then invest the money and grow it over time. It doesn't matter how much money you make, because if you spend it all and you don't grow it over time, you're not going to build wealth. You're not going to have freedom. You could be making $1 million a year and spend $1.2 million a year and be going into debt, right? So that is something I want to talk about in this video. I'm just going to talk about what I do personally. You do not have to do anything that I'm saying. This is just my opinion. This is what I do personally, and I feel like it could give people some ideas as to what they could do personally. Like, my situation is different than yours. However, these basic principles really could apply to just about every basic person out there, honestly. But before I get into it, if you're new to the channel and it's your first time clicking on one of my videos, I appreciate that. I would appreciate you if you would stay tuned till the end of this video and check out some more of my other videos at the end of this one that'll be recommended to you. And I would appreciate it if you would like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me get right into it. First and foremost, before you get into trucking, obviously you shouldn't be worried about saving money. I firmly believe that. Like, I think before you focus on personal finance and things like that, people have to find a career. And I talk a lot about trucking. Why? Because this is what I do. So before I got into trucking, my focus was not on how do I save money? How do I barely get by? No, my focus was on, hey, how can I learn a skill, learn a trade, learn something that I can make a lot of money at doing, right? I'm going to take my savings and invest in educating myself and learning a skill that will pay me a lot of money over time, right? And so Class A CDL truck driving was that thing. But after I invested my money and my time into learning this skill and I started making the money, then I had to figure out, okay, how do I use this money that I'm making to get ahead? And I didn't come into trucking with any debt at all, any consumer debt. So I did not have to pay off any debt when I came in, right? The first thing I did when I came in, well, my wife and I, but I'm just going to say because you know me and I'm the one making these videos, right? So my wife and we built a 6-month emergency fund when I got into trucking. That's the first thing we did. We built a 6-month emergency fund, meaning we counted all of our bills and added up the cost of all of our bills for an entire month and multiplied that by 6 and had that sitting in a savings account. And that was our 6-month emergency fund. This emergency fund is not for investing. This is not for starting a business. This is not for anything like that. It's not for going to school. It is simply for an emergency. Medical bills that come up, car breaks down, just any emergency you can think of. That's what it's for. It's a rainy day fund. That's what it's for. The second thing we did after we built that emergency fund, we started to invest our money. Right now, I plan on becoming an owner-operator in the future. I do want to become an owner-operator eventually. So while I'm saving to become an owner-operator, I don't just want to save money, because money is going down in value every single day, month after month after month, year after year. It's called inflation, okay? The government prints money every single month and every single year, and the more and more they print money, the more and more our dollar gets devalued. So your savings is actually going down in value. You're actually losing purchasing power by just saving money and putting it in a bank account, right? So yes, I do believe you should have a 6-month emergency fund. I 100% think you should. But after that 6-month emergency fund, it's time to start investing money and growing it and outpacing inflation. And so that's what we did. We started investing our savings instead of just saving it above the 6 months emergency fund. And I am doing that. I'm investing to eventually cash in and start my business. And I will continue to invest after that when I start making money from becoming an owner operator. Why do I want to cash in my investments and put it into starting a business? Well, because I truly believe that a business is a better investment than the stock market, because you have more control over a business. Like, I'm the manager. I'm in charge of the accounting. I'm in charge of the sales. I'm in charge of the marketing. I'm in charge of the policies I set for my business. So I like business better than stocks. I'm not saying the stock market is a bad place to put your money. I think it's a great place to invest your money. I think real estate's a great place to invest your money. I want to do all three, but I've got to do things step by step, right? My goal before I got into trucking was to become an owner operator and start a fleet. That's what I've wanted to do. Right now I'm a company driver. I'm not an owner operator yet, but I'm using the money that I get from my job as a truck driver and I'm investing it passively, right? Like, I have a 5-year projection of how I'm saving money. Like, I'm literally, like, when I started, which was 3.5 years ago, I started doing this. I built that emergency fund, took 6 months to do that, and then after that I started investing money every single month, all the money that I could, and now I'm to the point where I could pay cash for a truck and trailer outright. But I want to actually go beyond that before I start that business, because I'm making really good money now at my job. Ever since I became a trainer, I've been making really good money. Ever since the company I'm with, which is Millis Transfer, changed their pay scale and upped the pay across the board, that really changed my situation. So right now I'm not really ready to take that risk of investing in equipment yet. Like, I don't want to put all my money into trucking. I want to put like half my money into trucking. So let's say I needed $150,000 to become an owner operator. Well, I would like to have $300,000 saved in the bank, invested, and cash in half that to put it into the trucking business. That way I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, because let's say for whatever reason I fail, right? That could happen. Starting a business is risky. Let's say that does happen. Well, I still have that other investment. I still have that diversification. So that's kind of my plan. I just wanted to make a quick video, and maybe this video will help you out, but you got to have a plan in trucking for your money. Okay, so whatever your plan is, stick to that, do that. God bless. Thank you for watching. Peace out.